growth is showing up here, and we don't have the million members. We got 55,000. Okay, so that's why it's the $1.19, right?
Right.
So we can be sad about that, or we can understand it, right? We don't have the. I'd rather understand. We got 55,000. And you know, and that's what ran to. From January. March, they continued the match, the direction going forward. We got to take it speed, and we got this promo now. You get the trip before, you know, the 24, we get an additional 78 points going forward. Okay, we got to take it speed. You want to go into this promo now, right? For the business, the whole equation, you know, the 24,
He said.
They close to a lot of it. Part and see where it takes us. I hope these people understand. You know, we got 1,000 people here. They don't need to hear your personal problem with your payment or whatever. This ought to be more conceptual questions. You know, if they don't have an understanding of whatever some of the changes. Yeah, we got 1,000 people here. They don't need to hear your personal problem. You know, so get clarification. This ought to be more conceptual. If they don't have an Carl will be able to fight it right away. So that's a problem. We'll move on to the next game. Okay, save me from being the bad guy. I'll take that.
That's all right. I got it. I'll handle it. Yes. All right. So we have 46 people with their hands raised. Everyone listen to instructions as let's honor what admin had just instructed us. Personal issues, you go to support. If your report issue has not been resolved yet, you have to be persistent for it to be resolved. You just got to know how to use the system to get the help you need. I will unmute you. Please quickly unmute yourself. State your comment or question. Let's focus on exactly what was trained today, okay? Keep it at a minimum. We want to give an opportunity for everyone to ask their question because we have many hands raised. What was trained today, okay? Keep it at a minimum. We want to give an opportunity for everyone to ask their question because we have many hands raised. What was trained today, okay? Keep it at a minimum. We want to give an opportunity for everyone to ask raised.
fait que certains s'en tiennent à cette date et sautent un mois, alors qu'on nous demande de nous référer à la date d'expiration. Je voudrais savoir qu'est-ce qu'il faut retenir. Il faut retenir la date d'expiration qui est visible dans le code. Je vous remercie. Qu'on nous demande de nous référer à la date d'expiration. Je voudrais savoir qu'est-ce qu'il faut retenir.
Donc, il faut retenir la date d'expiration qui est dans votre temps. Le moment de paiement doit être Ok, Pascal. Il faut retenir la date qui est dans votre compte.
Il n'y a aucun risque à se référer à cette date, même si on saute un mois sans payer.
Je ne sais pas trop, mais si je suis à votre place, je ne prends pas le risque. Je paye normalement.
Bah justement, c'est ce que j'ai conseillé à beaucoup, sauf que certains se réfèrent à cette date. On pensait se référer à cette date. Donc, c'est pour lever cette équipe que j'ai posé ce problème. Peut-être que ça peut être le problème d'autres membres ici présents aussi.
Okay, time's up, Inde. We got to move on.
Yeah. Carl, he's saying that he has a question for admin. First of all, he started by giving a lot of gratitude to the admin for what he's doing. Then
Okay.
He has some people that actually paid for their program fee, and instead of 1 month extension, it was 2 months that was given, like
Okay.
2 months.
Okay.
He's asking whether it's a technical problem or now what is he going to consider? What are they going to consider? Which date would they consider? So I'm like, this is a technical problem and you shouldn't take risks, living because the system can change if actually you did not merit the 2 months,
Right.
Right. So,
Okay. So that's still a support issue, correct, Inde?
yeah, correct. Even
Okay.
though we wanted to get clarification from the admin, but I think that the support will be the one to answer that question.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And I think that there's
plus I'm unaware of like an over payment of time. You know what I'm saying? So that's the first I'm hearing of that.
So I think that Pascal can send us proof, and then we can investigate that. So Pascal will
yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you for the gratitude and bringing that to our attention. And yeah, that could be resolved outside of the training.
Right.
Okay. Thank you, Pascal. Let's move on to our next one. Like we got 40 people, so it's many.
Okay. All right, everyone. I'm going to explain again, and I can tell, like as admin says, we must have a language barrier for some of you. Please, any support ticket issues, you got to get connected with your sponsor or go to support. This is a training call, okay? Admin, the next caller we have, if I'm pronouncing the name correctly, is Ayenla. Go ahead and unmute yourself. A phase.
Good evening, admin. Good evening, Mbida. Give everyone.
Good evening.
Thank you, admin, for all what you have been doing for us. May Almighty Allah. Now, my question is, the last meeting admin did for us, what I hear clearly is that they are going to add BTC and BNB to the exchange.
Correct.
So,
I failed to mention that today, but you're right.
Yes. So my question is that those that have a kill off, are they going to be using it to be paying only program fee? I mean, those that have converted their DGL to kill off. Then the second question is, if a new member wants to trade now, is he going to send Bitcoin or BNB? And then if you are going to trade in maybe like Binance or those exchanges, we used to buy USDT to trade Bitcoin and so many other things. So this thing I don't understand. I would like admin to please put more clarification to this. Is admin going to put Bitcoin or buy Bitcoin inside the exchange, or just going to, because this thing is confusing me. How come, since we are not no longer on Bitcoin, we are not on BNB, confusing how we are going to be trading Bitcoin and BNB and withdrawing. Are we going to be withdrawing out with BNB and then Bitcoin? And are we withdrawing to our Binance directly to many like centralized exchanger, or we are withdrawing to those with MetaMask or Trust Wallet?
Well, your entire question revolves around the exchange that we're going to roll out in February, right? So, yes, instead of Caleb, we're going to have Bitcoin and BNB, probably the BNB BSC version, BNB, that particular one. There's two flavors. And that's because BNB and Bitcoin are two currencies that are very easy to convert to paper money, okay? So whether you have Bitcoin or you have BNB, you should have no problem then anywhere in the world converting that into paper money, whatever the local currency is in your country. So the point of this is so that GGR has a way of circulating back into the paper money so that merchants will be interested in the GGR coin. Does that make sense? Hello? Oh, he muted himself. I want to kind of, you can unmute
Okay.
yourself.
All right.
Okay.
There we go.
No, I'm sorry, sir. Can I speak?
Yeah,
Yes,
but you understand my question, because I'm trying to teach when you're when you're asking the question, but you have an agenda, and I'm trying to show you that your agenda is not necessarily the correct agenda. Okay. You need to understand what I'm trying to do, because I am the creator of GGR. Yes? You're not.
All right, thank you.
Okay. So put your agenda aside, stay unmuted, but understand what we want is a currency that we can build an economy. An abundance currency like TBC or even SBC is not going to build the economy. We tried it. We tried that for 6 or 7 years. We failed miserably, okay, to try to create an economy around an abundance-based currency. Too many people were just doing too many crazy stuff. So we transitioned to GGR so that we have a gold-backed economy. People don't play games with gold. You know what I'm saying? They don't. Okay. So that solves that problem. Plus, it's stable, right? It's very difficult for a merchant to accept Bitcoin. If they accept Bitcoin, they can set themselves up to have a 50% loss in a single day. That happens all the time with Bitcoin. Same thing with Binance, BNB. You can't. These volatile market-based coins, they don't work for the merchant. But a stable coin, especially one based on gold, does work for merchants. So we can build an economy, guys. Developing the economy is what matters, is because the alternative is just to go along with whatever the rulers of this world are doing, and what they're trying to do, right? If we just go along with it, they got us in a corner. They either want to kill us, or they want to put chips inside of us, and they want to control us like robots. Okay? That's their agenda. It's pretty clear if you've been paying attention. And they use the financial world to corner us. So creating a private economy where we can actually be self-regulated, okay, and we can build an economy of our own. Then we have an alternative to what they have for us, right? We're trying to create an alternative. It takes time to build an alternative. So this is why we need GGR to be successful. But it needs to be able to be cashed out somehow. Well, cashing it out through Caleb was only going to drive the price of Caleb down. And that doesn't work. It's counterproductive to what we need. We need the price of Caleb to go up, actually. Okay. A falling Caleb price doesn't benefit community, but a rising one does. And Bitcoin and Binance are so big that we're not gonna impact the price anytime soon. Okay. So, by the way, someone wrote me a message that they're angry. You should not be so emotional, right? And don't say you're angry. That's not a good place to come from. Okay. You got to keep yourself. You got to keep yourself in a good sense. What I'm trying to do is lift humanity, and you might misunderstand what I'm saying. So don't let misunderstandings create a negative emotional state. We're in transition here, but the transition is good for everyone. And those of you that hung in there and were part of the core team, your payday is right now. I'm setting you up so that you'll never have to come up with something out of your pocket again. The match will take care of you from now on. So this is a happy day. But if we had 1 million people by now, it'd be a happier day, right? I'm sorry it's not a happier day, but it's still a happy day. Okay? So, and as far as the exchange goes, we're doing the exchange so that GGR will be a successful currency, because that's the currency that we're going to build the economy around. And then after we've built the economy with 1 billion members and we've got a global economy working on a gold standard, then we'll come back around and by consensus, by the people coming together in agreement, 1 billion strong, we'll come together and embrace abundance as a form of currency after we built the economy in gold. That is the plan. Am I making it hard to understand, Carl, or is that?
No, I'm surprised that you're getting the kind of comment that you received. I gave people instructions to not make any negative contents on the chat, but people are all in their minds are going to do what they and it's that thing which believe. Like one leader used to tell me in the business, if the way of the business, you can run the business any way you want to. But until then, this is how the operation is going to go so we can fulfill our mission. Okay, so that's that. I know sometimes I get very direct and blunt too, but the truth has set us all free.
That's it.
Okay.
So the intent here, guys, is to give the people power. Okay.
Yes.
Is it easy to do that? No, because it takes a lot of creativity, which I do bring to the table. I do bring creativity to the table, and that's that. So, sorrowful, you don't really need to keep doing that. What you're doing in the chat is disruptive. So we can throw you out of the meeting, and that'll be that. All right.
All right, we're going to move on to the next caller. Let me lower the last person's hand. Next person we have is Kevin. Kevin, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Go ahead, Kevin.
Quickly, Kevin, are you there? Unmute yourself, please. All right, we're going to move on. And next person, admin, is it Gita? Gita? Forgive me if I'm pronouncing your name incorrectly. Gita, go ahead and unmute yourself, please. Fishwa.
हेलो नमस्कार सर
Hello.
सर आई एम हिंदी मैं हिंदी बोल सकती हूँ सर
Okay, so we've got
is Shahid or TBC champion or anyone else?
Shahid, are you there?
जी जी शायद सर ट्रांसलेट करेंगे सर शायद सर
Okay, you want me to try to find I'm typing And Shahid, okay, there's Shahid. He just raised his hand.
Okay.
Okay, I just unmute you, Shahid. Go ahead and unmute.
Side Vision, sir.
We're not understanding. Okay, Shahid is not unmuting either. Ma'am, can you communicate in the chat? Here. Okay, he's still on mute, so I don't know how you want to handle this, and you want to move to the next person
Yeah,
or
just
visual.
allow
Okay,
him to unmute, and he can talk over the next person. We'll go to the next person, and then
okay,
when Shahid, actually speaks out loud, so we can hear him. We'll
Okay.
go back to.
and we can come back. Okay, I won't remove her. I'll just keep her there. All right, we move to the next person. Okay, please forgive me. I'm not pronouncing your name correctly, but go ahead and unmute yourself. That's ZRANHENE. There you go. I see you have some disruption with your screen that's flickering back and forth.
That's interesting. Sorry. Okay, go ahead.
Wait, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Okay. So the question is talk about the payout. So we wanted to know within that time versus question. 1,100 people. What would
Yes.
have been the payout? Since for the number that we have, we are talking about 1.19. What would have been the payout if all the team A, B, and C were full? That's the question. I'm asking this question, remembering one meeting that we have where the admin, Mr. Jack Freeman, was asking people if they were given $10 or $100 or $1,000, what they would have done with that money.
Right.
Yeah, so that's the question. What would have been the payout?
So what is the number I'm starting with? What are you saying? Are you saying 1,111,111?
No, the 100,000 team A, B, and C. If all these three teams were full.
Oh, got it. Okay, 111,111.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, share screen. Get calculator. So we'll just start out. It's not hard math, guys. I mean, the blogs tells you how to do this. Take the number, times it by 30, right? It's $30 payment, right? And that gives you revenue. So that's 3.3 million right there, right? So 3.3 million times 25%. It's the revenue. So 0.25. Okay. So now we have 833,000. Okay. Divide that by 30 days. And then divide it by 11,111 for the core team this month. $2.50. Okay. But the target was a million. It wasn't when I was saying the target for January last year, I kept saying a million, guys. At least a million, at least a million. We got to get this to a million. We just didn't get it to a million, okay? But $2.50. So did that answer your question, the mathematical part of it? Sorry?
Oh, he's on mute. I don't know how that happened. Okay, there you go. Unmute yourself again, please.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Shahid. Okay.
Yeah, the question was not on the 1 million people. I was asking if the 150 A, B, and C were full. What?
Yeah, the answer is $2.50 per day.
Okay, that's what I was.
Which I shared my screen. I showed the calculator, right?
referring to the fact that we're asking people if they were paid $100,000, $1,000, what they would have done with that money.
But
For me.
if you take, yeah, but if you take $2.50 and multiply it times 30, how much is that? That's times 30. That works out to be $75 per month, right?
Yes.
So that's not bad, you know. Again, it's a starting point, and then it grows from there. It goes up from there, right?
Yeah.
I wish we were at 1 million people. It'd be a little easier to do this transition, but we're not. You know, that's something that hopefully the community will catch on to. You know, that we need to grow. Growth is the answer to making everything work out perfectly. My plans are always based on the premise of growth. Okay, without growth, it doesn't even make sense to do any of this, right?
Okay, so yeah, because the conclusion was done on that. The 1 million people, I don't mainly remember about that. But again, if the calculation was done before, I think people would have not been asking any question. So my suggestion is next time, may the calculation be made beforehand, so that afterward people don't ask again why we don't withdraw this or that.
All right. Okay, I think I've answered your question, right, Carl?
Okay.
Yes,
It's kind
Yes.
of shocking.
it is.
Okay, moving on. Let's go to Shahid. Shahid's available.
Okay, I just saw, here he is. Okay, Shahid, you should be unmuted now. Go ahead, speak. We want to make sure we can
Yeah.
hear you.
Good
Okay,
evening,
we're-
admin. Good evening, Carl.
All right, good evening. We're going to go ahead and unmute the lady so you can communicate with her, okay?
Okay.
All right, ma'am, go ahead and unmute yourself again as a Geeta.
Meanwhile, I congratulate you for the becoming a Privy Council member.
Thank you. Hello, are you there? Geeta? We can hopefully he can
सर सर ये इनसे थोड़ा सा पूछिए कि जो हम लोग का किलो मिलने वाला है, जो डीबीसी के बराबर किलो मिलने वाला है, तो वो कल मिलेगा और हम उसको यूज कैसे कर सकते हैं?
Sir, she is asking that when tomorrow we are going to have the match and how we can utilize that. She is asking.
how can we replace it?
और कुछ पूछना है?
हाँ सर, जो भी कि अगर हम कम्युनिटी डेवलप करना चाहते हैं, तो जब हमारे पास अमाउंट रहेगा, जब तो आगे कम्युनिटी डेवलप हो पाएगा.
He's saying that if we have more money, then we can develop more community.
Yeah, well, you know, it's kind of like the chicken and the egg, right? We're working with what we got to work with, right? We're working with you know, a pool of people coming together. Where inside that pool, the contribution is $30 per person. How the other things happen, right? Including the match offer, including paying bounties, including paying guarantees, including paying the bills. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, admin.
So it's all just kind of a, you know, it's no different than anything else. You know, when you buy a candy bar, you know, someone you know, had to, you know, it's got a wrapper, it's got chocolate. I mean, it's just, you know, everything is broken down into parts and pieces. So, you know, that's true with everything you pay for. So, anyway, we're working with what we got to work with, and it's fine to me. 25% is a huge amount when you're talking about 25% of revenue, right? It's a big number. It's a very big number.
Absolutely.
So,
and in fact, admin, everyone they are asking same thing, that they know. You all told already, and you have written that itself, that those who are going to get the match and they will transfer to the KLA wallet, they can use that to pay the program fee.
Correct.
And same thing they ask whether we can use it or not, whether you can use it or not.
Yeah, it's not really something.
You already conveyed that people can
it's
use
not
it.
going to be big enough that we can use it to pay for other people's program fees, but you're paying for your own personal fee, you'll be able to do that. So what will happen in your back office, it'll appear this match.
Allow me to speak in Hindi for everyone should understand.
Yeah.
सर JVPG एक्सचेंज कब लाइव होगा और कैसे कल का प्रोसेस कैसे क्या होगा?
Go ahead, Shahid.
I think we lost him. He looks frozen. He looks frozen. Yes.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Got it. Okay, we'll come back. But anyway,
Yes.
I think we just need to move on. All right. Hopefully, it's not another Indian because Shahid seems to be unavailable. So.
Right. All right. Next we have is Tabaki. Tabaki, go ahead and unmute yourself. Please forgive me if I'm pronouncing your name incorrectly.
Yes, sir. I'm coming, sir.
Okay, very good. Welcome.
Sure, good evening and happy new year, Honorable
Oh,
Edson,
happy
sir.
New Year.
And also Carlos, sir, and my all TVC and Universe friends. So you all welcome to our Criminal Society.
Okay.
Sir, I am Devagina from India. So I want to say a question to you, admin, sir. As for your mission of TBC,
Yes.
we try to our best to eradicate poverty and scarcity around us. So, as per your guidance later, you shared that 111,011 members are co-admins. So, these admins, these billionaires, to circulate and recruit members in our society, grow more members in our society. So in our society, many of people are poor. They are unable to renew their ID. So if you, all the core team members try to alive their ID, so if you permitted, granted, at least $50, you have 1 kilo per day for withdrawal, and then how do they use their kilo in society tomorrow? So we all Indians, we all universe are grateful and thankful to you, and you are the God of criminal society, sir. You feel our problem. Thank you, admin, sir, to hear patiently my question. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Sir,
All right. Well, I can. It's like I hear the joy in the voice, and someone sharing how passionate they are about the mission. I'm glad you feel so much joy about our mission. But we have to just work within our means. That's where people can get confused about what is our means. So our means is only as good as we can keep that Caleb price going up. Because if the Caleb price goes down, it doesn't make sense to give more and more of something because that would just make it go down even more. So we have to balance. So it's not easy. That's why I came up with the formula 25% to create balance. Okay, that's why it is a percentage, not just some number out of the air. Okay, 25% is a lot. We're working with revenue, and I think that the price has a chance of going up or at least staying the same with 25%. I'm probably going to do some day or two as experiments to see how that goes, where we'll do something more than 25%. Because my intent is for someone that's been in with us and supporting us long enough to stay on the core team, and even the backup team. I want these teams to feel like their reward is that they're never going to have to after their match is working for them, then they can use their match to pay for their account moving forward. Stuff won't be out of pocket anymore
Hello.
for them. Okay, so I think that's a big
Avira.
reward for the
Ay,
16,000
Lloyd,
people to
everything
help us
will
get to the 55,000
Coming up.
people. Right, Carl?
Shit.
Yeah. So, but just understand, my friend, we want the same thing. We want the end of poverty, and that's why we're increasing goodwill, by the way, because that shows us how serious we are about ending poverty, because we're going to do more goodwill. And that's why it's going to drop from 50% to 45% on the bounty, okay? So that we can do more goodwill. And so the mission is on track. It's just a matter of getting big in number. So when the community is big in number, that gives us the power to end poverty, end hunger, make all that happen. 55,000 people, not a big enough group of people to end poverty. 1 billion people, that is a big enough number to end poverty. That's why we got to grow, get there, and be patient in the meantime. Can we get there in 1 year? Yes, we can. Why not do our best to make it happen in the year 2023? Get to 1 billion members. So if you're on the core team, if you're on the backup team, you're in the sweet spot. You've paid the price already. You've been with us perhaps for years, and that's why you're on one of those teams. And that's why you're this is like a harvest for you. You're finally being, you're going to get, a little bit more than the rest because you've been here the longest. You've been here, doing a lot of the pioneering work that got us, to where we are today. So that's my answer to that. Thank you so much from you. I appreciate the joy that the sound of your voice was very reassuring. I appreciate that. Okay, we're going to move on though. We'll move on to, I guess, Dr. Ajit. Right?
We have Rameshwa before Doctor. You want to do Doctor next?
Oh, go ahead and do your order. Who is it?
Okay. All right. We have Rameshwa.
Rameshwa. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Good evening, admin. Good evening, Carl.
Good evening.
I'm from India.
Okay.
Yeah, I have 3 questions, but first one is I got it.
Okay.
And my question is, as I remembered in previous mass adoption meeting, as discussed, who has GZR can also beneficiary for KLove, and how much will get KLove from 1 GZR? And second question is, when will the exchange will facilitate?
February.
Okay, thank you.
So yeah, Carl, did you understand the first question?
Not exactly. Can you re-ask your first question again, please, Rameshwa?
Okay. As discussed the last mass adoption meeting, also we will get equal match of KLove about GZR.
Equal match.
Yeah. Can we get?
No, we're not really running a match program on the gold-backed currency. It's a gold-backed currency, right?
Okay.
So that's, so the matching is between the abundance currency, which was TPC, now is SPC, okay? and the market coin, KLove, okay? So that's what it's been for the last, 9 months or whatever we've been talking about it, okay?
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
just
I think
that
he's asking if we're going to get can we get an equal match on our GTR coins?
Yeah, but I haven't set up any program to do that.
Right.
So the answer will be no, and I don't want to confuse people with a match on this and a match on that. Why create confusion, right? I'm doing my best to keep it simple, guys. The match is between TBC and Caleb, but now TBC is now going to be SBC, right? So, moving forward, it's going to be SBC Caleb. Simple. No confusion.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, thank you.
All right,
You're welcome. All right, admin. Next caller, we have Dr. Is it Shuhan? Shuhan, go ahead and unmute yourself, please.
That's Ajit. Chauhan.
There we go. You're unmuted. Are you there, doctor? Okay, he just muted himself again. Go ahead and unmute yourself, please. Are you there?
Yeah, he's unmuted,
Yes.
but for some reason, if he's speaking, we can't hear. So if you're actually talking, something's wrong with your microphone.
Right.
हेलो
Now we
Yes,
can hear you.
we hear you.
जी
Hello.
मैं हिंदी हैप्पी न्यू ईयर एडमिन सर मैं डॉक्टर अजीत सिंह चौहान इंडिया और मेरा क्वेश्चन है कि मैं जो है ये चाहता हूं कि टू केला वो पर डे आईडी ग्रीन करने के लिए हमें दिया जाए
We're not quite understanding your question. Do you need a translator?
Yeah, I don't know if Shahid is around, if he came back or not.
Yeah, I don't see him. He's raising his hand again. I'm pressing the button for him to unmute.
Thank you, Carl. Actually, due to network, I was just cut off.
Right.
Okay. All right.
Okay. He is asking admin that can we get 2 KLA for the paying program fee every day?
To Caleb every day.
Oh boy.
Yes.
Well, ask him if it's possible for him to lay eggs. I mean, we got to get into the realm of realistic, guys. What I keep trying to tell you. So let them know that we're doing 25% of a real number, not 100% of an imaginary number. Okay.
Yes. Let me allow. Then I think I can speak in Hindi to everyone, so that maybe similarly
Please do. We got to use real numbers.
So that we
let them know
yeah.
we got to use real numbers without tanking the price
Yes.
of Caleb, right?
Okay. तो सभी से ये अनुरोध है कि सर ने 25% टोटल रेवेन्यू रखा है सभी के लिए, ना कि केलब रखा है. जितना ज्यादा हमारा टर्नओवर हो, क्योंकि एक काल्पनिक है कि हमें 2 केलब 3 केलब इस तरह से 1 केलब मिले, डिपेंड करता है लिक्विडिटी के ऊपर में, क्योंकि 25% जो है वो 25% टोटल रेवेन्यू का है. 25% जितना बड़ा रेवेन्यू होगा उतना बड़ा आपके पास वो फंडिंग होगा. तो इसलिए ये स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड है कि आप सभी लोग इसको समझ जाए कि ये 25% जो सर ने डिक्लेयर किया है, ये 25% एवरीडे वॉल्यूम के ऊपर है. जितना ज्यादा वॉल्यूम होगा उसके हिसाब से आपको मिलेंगे. देन आपको जो मैचिंग वॉलेट से केलब वॉलेट में जो ट्रांसफर होंगे, जिसको आप विड्रॉल करते होगे डेली, करीब हर वो 8 GR के ऊपर में आपको विड्रॉल मिलेगा एक्यूमुलेट होते हुए, उसको आप बिल्कुल प्रोग्राम फी में यूज कर पाएंगे. बट फिलहाल जो लिमिट है वो डिपेंड करता है मतलब हमारा टोटल रेवेन्यू के ऊपर. तो रेवेन्यू 25% है, ये क्लियर है, और उसी के बेस पे सबको डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन होगा. तो उसको बड़ा बनाना है तो रिक्रूट करना होगा, सर का कहना है. जी.
ओके, थैंक यू सर.
Okay,
You're welcome. Thank you, Shahid. Appreciate you.
Welcome, sir. Thank you, Carl.
Carl, you usually have a pretty tight schedule, and we're.
I do. As a matter of fact, I have a client coming into the office at 10:15, so that's like in 20 minutes from now.
anyway, so as we're doing a lot of the translation and stuff, I was watching kind of the chat and seeing what
Okay.
they're saying there. And we got 1,000 people in here. We got probably 800 of them chatting. So I mean, it's there's a lot to keep up with when you got a group of 1,000 people. But anyway, I just want to make some final points before we close out. We'll close out right at the top of the hour. And we just don't have time to take everybody's hand. So let me just use the remaining time to do clarification and understanding, okay? This is a positive time for the community. Call it the day of harvest, okay? The fact that we're arrived at the January 12th, we're here. In your back office, new stuff will appear. There'll be a place. It'll be called it'll be called something to do with the match. It'll be some sort of a match account. It'll appear in your back office. It'll appear there soon. Okay. And what will be in there, it will show you how much TPC you have, right? And it will show you you've got an equal match if you're on the court team. Now, this is for the court team people only, because if you're on the backup team, this doesn't apply to you. If you're on any other team other than the court team, it doesn't apply to you. The match offer at this time is for the core team only, right? We know everything is on a schedule. Just to prove that, let me show it to you. If we go into, let's see, go to the dashboard. Right here on the dashboard. You see a schedule here: court team, backup team, rotator team. Okay. First match date, January 12th for the court team. February 12th for the backup team. June 12th for the rotator team. This is all true. This is how, today it is the core team. There's 11,111 of you that you're going to have something show up here in the back office that will show that you got your match account. Okay. So it will show you the TPC. It'll show you it'll show you the Caleb that you got an equal match. Okay. Now you have to keep up with your payments to be on time if you're on the backup team, because the same thing will be true a month from now for you. And then a few months from now, the same thing will be true for the rotator team. Okay. When they get their first match on June 12th. Right, but you got to keep your payments going, because they got the warning there. If you fall off the train, you're going to end up on the billionaire train instead of the train with the 3 teams. That's why that poster's at the top of the dashboard. Don't fall off any train. Okay, stick with it, guys. We got to stick together now. We got to be serious now. Okay, we don't want to spend another 7 years just to grow to another 100,000 people. Right, that it doesn't make sense to do it that slow. Okay, we either grow fast or we go home. Okay, so we're at that point. Let's get serious. So today's a harvest day. The reward is coming to the people on the core team. It's a beautiful day for them. It's the beginning of something, right? It's a $1.19, but hey, it is an appreciation, right? A $1.19 turns into a $1.20, later turns into a $1.25, turns into $2, turns into $5, turns into 10. It gets bigger as we grow, okay? But this is the beginning of a harvest. Now, TBC has come to an end. So references to TBC are going to be changed to SBC. That's going to take us a while. It's going to take us a couple of weeks to move everything and make it all clear that everything is now SBC and not TBC. But if you have a certain amount of TBC, you'll have that same amount in SBC. Okay? So you're not losing anything with the change of the brand. Okay? But at least we can have a clean slate. with a new name and a new attitude, okay? And we can go out there and make it impossible for, you know, the scammers to attach their scams to our, you know, the SBC abundance coin, because it will not be in any kind of economic status. Like TBC was partially economic. I'm gonna mute Shahid because he's got background ladies talking. So sorry, Shahid. But so there's no way for people to tarnish the good name of SBC because it's not acting as a currency yet. Right, Carl?
Right.
It's an accounting. And so we could do matches and things like that, like with K-Love, but it's not something you can then, you know, send it to one another. There won't be a send button on SBC. Okay? So SBC will just be an idea that we keep educating people on the idea of what an abundance-based currency is, but we're actually going to be building a gold-backed economy until we're ready to then go back into an abundance mode. Okay. All right. The definition of insanity is keep doing something over and over again, expecting a different 6-7 years of trying to do TC. You know, it wasn't the government that messed us up or the elite that messed us up. It was the members that messed us up. You know, attaching their scams to it, being trolls, being negative, you know, all this stuff that's bad behavior, you know, attached to TBC. TBC is just like, it's like carrying a backpack full of rocks. What, you know, we're going to put that one down. Okay. We got someone doing a white screen. I don't know what we got. Whoever's hosting, can you get rid of that? Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
So it doesn't make sense to carry a heavy load if we don't have to. That's why SBC is here. SBC is here to lighten our load. Okay? K-Love has been functional for a year. It works. And we love it. Okay, we like K-Love. And by the way, the small change of SBC will not be called Pringles. This is a little tidbit for you. The small change of SBC will be called Joy. What do you think of that, Carl?
Okay, I need to write that down so that everyone understands that. Absolutely.
All right? Because ultimately, what are we spreading? We're spreading love and joy. That's what we want to spread around the world, is love and joy. Okay? So, because, you know, the coins will be, you know, very, very, you know, the large SBC coins will be, you know, so big, just like TBC, that, you know, you won't be spending, you know, the SBC, you'll be spending the joy. So you'll be using joy, spending joy, spreading joy, you know, it's all about that. So, again, it's the birth of a currency. But it won't be circulating like TBC was circulating. We're not going to do that again. We're going to wait. We're going to wait until we have 1 billion people and we all agree that it's a good idea as 1 billion people coming together with an existing economy with tens of billions of merchants already at, you know, in our community that we built from the gold, the GGR coin, okay? And we transition into abundance, right? But we do it together knowingly, without any scams, without people getting hurt, any of that, okay? That's the plan moving forward. There's a lot, and then we got to put all this into different languages. We got to get people to be clear on what's going on in French and in Hindi, and you know, our community is bigger than just an English-speaking community. So
correct.
It's not easy to do what we're doing, but we're doing it anyway. Okay, we're bold. We are wonderful people, right? And we want to change the world because the world needs the people to rise up. and say yes to good and no to evil. Okay, no to bad, right?
Right.
And the people are more powerful because we outnumber the bad people. You know what I'm saying? The good people outnumber the bad people. It doesn't make sense for the bad people to be in charge. Simple like that. But this is what we're doing, guys. This is an uprising of goodness, of people coming together, and that's why we're feeding the poor. That's why we want to do more goodwill. That's why you'll see the bounty drop from 50% down to 45%, so that we can justify doing more goodwill, because that's who we are, and we're going to become known as the Simply Brilliant community. That even sounds better than the Kringle Society, So, people will talk of us in the terms of the Simply Brilliant community. There you go. Any final thoughts you want to add to that, Carl?
Well, yeah, one last thing is just everybody just needs to clearly understand that they still have an opportunity to generate capital through commissions by bringing people into the community. Just don't wait for something like, to have access to the equal match a year later. Just start promoting and earning commissions.
There you go. That's straightforward.
Take advantage of that. It's been available to us ever since we started this, and it blows me away to see that people don't take advantage of that to start generating. You need capital real quick, go talk to some people, encourage them. If you care about them, tell them how you're building cash flow and how they can do the same. $100 or $200 can make a big difference in someone's household.
That's true. It is a big deal in places like Africa, India,
yes,
in Asia, for sure.
Big time. Yes, it does. Now in America, that's different.
That's true.
Okay, yes, we need a whole lot more than that.
Someone's asking about the rotator team, guys. There's a reward for the rotator team. It's right on schedule for June 12th. So January 12th, February 12th, June 12th. It's all it's right here on your dashboard. Okay, it's been here the whole time. Be sure to study up on what it says on your dashboard. So how about we all embrace the name Simply Brilliant Community? All right, so we can all unmute and we can all say Simply Brilliant Community.
Simply Brilliant Community.
Simply Brilliant
Community.